we go. Got some more questions in for her. The plant lady at KMAXTV.com. This one is this Japanese maple, when and how to prune it?
Okay, so right now your deciduous trees can be pruned now. You do want to be careful on anything that's frost sensitive. You still hear me though, right? That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this looks like it's sort of one of the waterfall type Japanese maples that are going to be small, and you want some of the lower branches. What I would remove, if you could see the picture, are any of the stakes. I don't think this tree needs to be staked. Remember, if you have a tree and it's staked right now, you don't want it causing wounds in that trunk, so remove it. If you do need to restake it, remember to set the stakes out about a foot. If you're using rope, make sure to put some rope through old hoses, so then the hoses are touching the trunk of the tree and not the actual rope, because you don't want it cutting in. But the only thing I would remove on this right now, and your pruning for the year, would be some of the small little branches on the outside, because if you start removing the lower branches right now, you may change the whole structure, because like I said, without knowing the type of species, I have a feeling this is one of the shorter, more waterfall type ones. Just do light, minimal pruning.
Okay. And then this one, oh, what's wrong?
Yeah, so this is a Ficus benjamina, and they're notorious for dropping their leaves, but that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is not good. So it's probably got overwatered and it's rotted away the roots, or it would be easy to know, have you not watered it in quite a while? Because that's the other way your leaves are gonna wilt. But every once in a while, something could happen and you could have catastrophic failure, basically, if a pathogen gets into the soil. So what I would do is just inspect the soil, see if it's wet or too dry, give it a deep soak if it's dry, and just give it some time. You could always scrape the bark. The bark, if you scrape lightly underneath, if it's still green, the plant is still alive. If it's brown and brittle, that means those branches are dead, and then eventually, you know, if the whole plant dies. But
this dirt looks like it's the kind that, like when we bought it, you said to always transplant. Is that correct?
Well, a good idea is when you get a plant, always transplant it into soil that works with how you water. So most plants come in this heavy peat soil, which holds a lot of water, and then most people overwater. So then that's why you have a lot of plants that are killed by overwatering. So if you tend to overwater, always remove that soil, put it in a succulent-like mix, even if it's a tropical plant, because those are more forgiving. You'd rather water more than have it overwatered.
Got it.
That makes sense.
All right, this one, we usually show a picture.
Yes.
But said, hello, Marlene, there are little white flying bugs in my hibiscus. I see them when I move the branches. They fly off, then right back into the plant. Way too small and sneaky. So
yeah,
what can I do to get rid of them?
Well, you described white flies perfectly, little white flies that fly around. And normally this time of year, you wouldn't see them. Once the cold comes, you see them in spring. And a lot of times you see them in fall on your cucurbits, but they also love hibiscus. And I'm assuming it's a tropical hibiscus. They're hard to control, but if you continuously spray them with soap spray, you are killing off some of the eggs and the adults. It may not seem like it because they could go through their generations pretty quick. Another thing you could do is just take it right outside, blast it off with the hose. Always be careful this time of year with the plant from outside or inside to outside, because it can be pretty shocking for the plant.
It's a tasty looking
I know, look at that. Are you guys gonna feed me?
Yeah, my desktop. Okay, so how do people follow you?
Facebook and Instagram, Marlene the Plant Lady, and my podcast, Flower Power Garden Hour. And I haven't been posting a lot, but I've made it sort of a New Year's resolution, if you want to call it that I'm going to be posting a bit more.
All right, sounds good.